Guys, welcome back. Okay, now I know a lot of you have actually been watching a lot of my videos lately, which is pretty cool. Thank you for watching and everything. Feel free to subscribe and enjoy much more of my videos after the fact. But today is a pretty big day. If you fell in love with Call of Duty Black Ops 3's beta, then you're gonna fall in love with the Division's beta. Now, although since the release date of the beta has been pushed back, it's almost literally impossible to think of what is going to happen with the beta itself. And I know a lot of you have been thinking, well, when are we actually going to get the beta? Is the beta even coming out, or is the game going to be pushed back again? Well, to be specifically honest with you, I actually have an idea of when the beta date is actually to be scheduled, although this is just rumor and speculation, so feel free to disagree with me at any time possible. So, pretty much the way things are, I believe that since the game itself comes out in March of next year, I believe that the release date, much like with Black Ops 3, proved that it's going to be within a 2 to 3 month period before the official release of it. So, let's look at it like this. Black Ops 3 is scheduled for November 6th of this year, and this beta came out in August of this year, which is actually 3 months ahead. So, if anything, we probably will get the beta sometime in November or early December, assuming that we don't get another pushback release date for the Division, which I actually don't want, because looking at it like this, the game looks magnificent. It's actually a pretty good first-person shooter, got all the high advanced technology and all that good stuff. And I think that the game itself is actually proving to be a pretty decent game. I honestly expected nothing less from the Tom Clancy series. Although the death of Tom Clancy proved that some people believe that the entire series was going to be shut down after his death, because he not only financially supported the Tom Clancy video game series, but he also helped develop some of the video games themselves. So a lot of us thought that, okay, we're not going to see another Tom Clancy game after this. But we were totally wrong. So anyway, back to the beta. Now, if I imagine that the beta is going to probably be just like, I was about to say Advanced Warfare, I mean Black Ops 3, which is going to pretty much stick to your typical multiplayer mode where you can level up constantly, all that good stuff. I think that the beta itself should definitely be multiplayer, and given the fact that as I remember reading the official information for the game, it said that it's to an 8 to 12 player mode. So, I mean, I guess that's if you're working with 6 people at a time, and everybody has everybody has a certain skill set they want to use. Everybody wants to do things their own way. But the Division, in my opinion, is actually one of those games where you actually cannot do that, Although we know nothing about story mode thus far, I think that the fact that most people who try to do their own thing in games such as this, or any particular first person, whether it be Tom Clancy, Battlefield, or Call of Duty for that matter, that there's always going to be a certain standing point of where a character should do their own thing. Because when you get right down to it, every game requires a certain amount of teamwork, blah, blah, blah. But that's besides the point. The official date for its release has yet to be announced, and it's actually said to be announced sometime not sometime this month, but probably next month. So, if you haven't pre-ordered your copy of The Division, you're pretty much out of luck, because, well, I'm not going to say you're out of luck, because you can still get it, because the game will still come out, regardless if you get the beta or not. But the biggest thing of it all is that whether or not we decide the game gets a pushback date or not, I think it will be it'll be a bad thing and a good thing if the game should be pushed back. Mostly because if the game is pushed back, say another 2-3 months, it'll probably come out before E3 or during the time of E3, which means that everything that we have so far, it means that the beta will be pushed back as well, which means the beta that may or may not come out in late November or early December may not come out until maybe February or so. And maybe it'll last for a few weeks, not less than 5 days like the Call of Duty beta did. So, with that in mind, the only point of that I'm making is that Although a lot of us has speculated the release dates for the beta, which actually is not really that interesting. I mean, I don't see why people want to speculate. I mean, it's cool to speculate. I mean, that's what makes everybody interested, because we never know if we could be right or not. But the thing about it is, like, everybody wants to have something done, and I think that the beta itself will probably come out between, if I had to give a specific date, probably sometime between the 23rd of November and sometime during the first week of December. All I know is that the game's coming out, and it's about to be freaking awesome. You know, the classic gameplay, the non-repetitive shooters like most games have been. I just think the game's going to be pretty cool. So with that, I thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more The Division.